Alright guys, so finally came in. I've got the rest of my nuts and bolts, studs and everything. It comes with a little bit of extra. It comes with a wastegate for an old school style, 2-bolt style. This is from Treadstone. Open it up here. Dump out. Gee, I do it real gentle like. Not. So yeah, this is all from Treadstone. Yep, they actually change up the bolts though. These are the same style. Yes, it is. Never mind. Uses the lock style on the top. No, some of these are. Some of these aren't. I think that's why. Those smaller ones. Yep. So the new ones, yeah, the top ones here are different. The old ones locked like this, so these new ones don't. But the good thing is I'm not replacing all the studs. I'm only replacing the one, so I'll have backups now just in case. So that's a good thing. But let's get back to the car here and finish putting this together so I can start it back up. All right, guys, this is typical of me, like to get it to fit perfect. This is where I love my OCD and hate it. To get this all to fit perfectly and not touch, not rub, not clang, not clink, you gotta really move the pipes around and make sure they fit perfectly, especially down in here, which you guys probably can't even see. It's really close. You can see right here. Yeah, the way this turbo manifold is, I mean, this is only S366. You can see how close it is, but, well, I shouldn't say only. These are big frame turbo. But yeah, nothing touches, rubs. I mean, I really yanked on everything. Nothing's gonna move and hit and rub, and that's what I want to make sure of. Only thing I gotta do now is put on the downpipe, and then I'm going to inspect everything before I turn the car back on here, bolt everything up, clean everything up, check it again to make sure here. I have this laying over top just because I don't want to scratch up my new cover. But yeah, so very, very close, guys. If I don't get it started up, as you can see, it's dark now. If I don't get started up tonight, I'll mess with it tomorrow just because I don't want to take any chances of screwing anything up after getting this all done. Oh, you got to put those last bolts in the back of the turbo. This is why I double check everything, because I got 2 back there holding it on. I put another 2 on yet. Wish this was a V-band turbo, and it's not. So guys, I've got it 99.9% done. And of course, there's always that one bolt, that last bolt. My V-band clamp, yeah, let me just show you guys. So we've got my V-band here, we've got a T-bolt clamp. Now, I have like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 extra T-bolt clamps downstairs. So I keep plenty of these extra. I've snapped them before just because they rust or whatever. They're not the most expensive ones in the world, but they do rust and they'll snap or whatever. So I have extra ones. It's not a big deal. The problem is here, as you can see, I just snapped. This got lodged on here, and I mean, I didn't even use the impact one. I just spun it until it wouldn't even go anymore. I just my little bit of umph snapped it. Sucks because this clamp's so good. What broke is the little T part. I don't believe you can just buy this. Don't quote me on that, but I don't believe you can. And the thing is too, this is actually a vibrant clamp. This isn't cheap. This is like a $40 clamp. And this is the second one this has happened to me. Both this one is at the top of the downpipe, so it comes right from the exhaust down to the downpipe. So yeah, and this is the second time this has happened to me. They broke, and I'm doing it by hand. So, and this is taking it off. Like somehow it's getting stuck, and I don't know why. It gets so far and it's just getting stuck, and then that's it. That's all she wrote. So that's where I'm at for right now, guys. I'm hoping to get this back up and running. I'm gonna try Amazon for you. I'm hoping to overnight it and get it done for the car and have it ready for Thursday's video. It's Monday right now. But besides that, it does look damn good. The battery will eventually go in the back, guys. We've discussed this. My Odyssey battery is not in because it just doesn't match and I can't have that, but it will be going in here shortly. But it does look good. I cleaned everything up, I wiped everything down. Super happy with it. I'll also be getting rid of the coolant reservoir and shoving it down the bumper somewhere just so, or zip tying it away just so you can't see that either. God. So fucking happy with the way this turned out. Damn downpipe sitting there, it's gonna drive me crazy. And again, we're waiting on the new catch can, so that's why that's not powder coated. But this all turned out well. I can't wait to see it in the daylight. Right now it's kind of hiding some, it is hiding some of the little wrong pieces in the black. Nothing's perfect on it, but it will be driven a shit ton. And it is a lot easier to maintain powder coated items. You just wipe them off and go versus what I had before. So happy for right now. I'll keep you guys updated here through the video. Hopefully I get the V-band clamp in soon. All right, guys, so I've got everything buttoned up. I didn't realize, this is the next day here if you can't tell, I had another V-band clamp in there. Now the other one was like 2 3/4. So what I did is I stole the bolt off that one and used it on my 3-inch, and it worked perfect. I probably could have got away with the 2 3/4 on this. It just would have been, this would have been maxed out. It'd probably been hard to clip. But anyway, so I'm able to get everything on. Yes, I can start it up now. Just before I do it, I'm going everything. Check the feed line, drain line, all the vacuum lines are hooked back up. I've got the O2 sensor on. This is bolted back down. I checked the exhaust for another time. There's no leaks. I'm going to, I guess, start inside the car. and make sure everything's copacetic, but I think we're good to go. One thing I am going to do though is pop this off, pull that tab over here, push and pop that off. I'm actually going to pull this number 30 fuse here, or this 30 amp fuse. If I can get it out with my fingers, come on. The reason for that is well, see if I can flip this over here. You can see that's the main to EFI. So what that means is the car won't start. It'll crank and crank and crank, but it won't start. Why I'm doing that is for the fact that I want to prime the turbo, the oil pump, because it has been sitting. People are going to think, no, that's dumb, Ryan. It's no different than you letting it sit, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. You never know what could happen, so I'm going to go ahead and do that here first and make sure everything's copacetic. Oh my God, it's been a minute. All right, sure she's in neutral. E-brakes up just to be safe. Now nothing should start. Should. All right, let her crank there. Now, pull the key back out. That should have fully primed it. Put this bad boy back in. There we go. Put this back on. And now we can actually start it. Another thing too, before I start it, you guys can see right here where it's dead on this side. See how it's flickering? That's not the camera flickering, that's the LED. I don't know why it's doing it. No idea, but all right, let's start this thing up. Guys, just checking for any leaks. Seems to be a-okay. I think we're good to go, boys. Listen to that cam low. Oh. This is nothing like Mikey's GTR, which you guys saw in one of the last videos there. That car is insane, but he also got pulled over at H2I there. They said it was too loud. They gave him for a bunch of unsafe vehicle, a fully caged race car, unsafe my ass, but yeah, that sounds good. Although I want to show this as loud as Mikey's GTR. But now let's go take it for a test drive here. Make sure everything's copacetic. Stop periodically here to make sure there's no leaks. I want to do it while there's still daylight outside right now. Well guys, there was no leaks, but I should say very disappointed. The IAT sensor, even moving it down there now, getting a new AM one. Still seeing the same thing. It's just heat soaked, like completely heat soaked. That's where everyone recommended for it to go, but I don't get it. I mean, it doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, I drove it around there, tried to get it up. I mean, it was showing that, you know, your intake air temperature was 135 degrees. No, it's 70 degrees outside. Like, something is way off. I'm not sure why the intake temperatures are so high, but it just seems to be getting worse and worse. Not really all too sure what to do there. Now, obviously, I do have no intake on it right now, so it's obviously sucking in hot air right here in the engine bay. Once I put the intake on, it moves it over here. So that might help some, but I need to finish cleaning off the filter, which I haven't done yet. But, so that's where I'm at right now. A little disappointed, but at least it runs and drives. When I do go to ED5, that really won't matter anyways, but all right, on to the next thing. So now that she's done, I went ahead and oiled up the filter there too. From now on, I will probably maybe. I will buy AM dry filters because all you gotta do is clean them out with water and you're done, let them dry. No need for oil anymore. This is kind of an old, dead method in my opinion, but it still works, it still suffices. Like this, here. This one here is an AM dry flow filter. If you actually can see, it's actually a different color, but I've never put oil on that. That red, and I've cleaned it out 3 or 4 times, it just stays red like that. But this is one of the dry flows, but it's only for a 3-inch pipe. I need it for a 4-inch filter like the one I have on the Supra. Put the intake back on so it does look better, and now there's nothing. Everything is, we'll call this bitch midnight now because it is black. Now I can't wait to get the new catch can so I can get that blacked out, move it back a little bit, and I'm ready for this winter so I can tuck all this yet. Again, guys, I need more ideas for this. I need to put it down. I don't even want something up here. I want it completely hidden. I mean, right here's where it comes off. I can run a line down here, and there's plenty of room under here. Just don't know how to mount it. Maybe I'll take some time this winter, take the intercooler piping off on this side and try to rework it and get some ideas there. But if you guys have any, let me know. Also, big shout out to the guys who changed the oil in the Corolla for me tonight. Met a couple of guys up there. The one guy actually bought the turbo back in the day, the 5858 Precision turbo I had rebuilt. He actually sold all that and he has a Mustang now. I guess he had a Civic. But those guys are super cool. They changed the oil in this because I need record of it, or I'd change it myself. If something goes wrong with this because it's under warranty and I don't want to drive the Toyota, which is 35 to 40 minutes away from me every time, and this is literally right up the street. It goes on Carfax record when they do it. I just need record of it in case something does happen. They can go, oh, well, did you ever change the oil? Yes, here's the Carfax of it. It was always done. But guys were super cool. It was kind of nice to talk shop. Those guys are all gearheads up there, which is kind of nice. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you talking to me. All right, guys, I'm cranking country right now, driving the car. If we can see here, the temps, about 117 at IAT, 118 now, about 170 usual water temp. This is the kind of crap I've been talking about, guys. Probably not focused on me because I was trying to hyper focus on that. But this is the kind of shit I've been dealing with. I can't get the IATs down. I am using that CX Racing intercooler. The next thing up for me is to go to an ETS intercooler. They have a 4-inch and then they have a 5-inch. I don't want to go too big because then you have pressure drop and all that other nonsense. So I want to know your recommendations down below. I'm working with Jose on a fix here as I got to take off quick. Sorry about that, guys. I got to shift and drive. One nice thing about a GTR owner is they don't have to worry about any of this shit. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get this temps down. The only other thing to do is to run E5 because really your IAT temps don't matter. When you're running alcohol like that, the chance of knock is so minimal that it doesn't really matter. So that'll probably be the next. Even with my 1000cc injectors, what I can do is pretty much max them out. I have to run more duty cycle with them, but I can just keep it at the same power level. I don't have to push it to the max. So I guess we'll work on it then. I'll keep you guys in the loop. All right, guys, we're coming up to a 4-way. If you've been with me from the beginning or been with me for a while, this 4-way is where I randomly did a donut one day. I'm not sure if any cops follow me, but now you kind of know I did it right here. So yeah, will the new Supra be able to like do, I don't know, like this stuff? We'll be able to do that. Not one of the smartest things I ever did. I think my friends are like, why are you like so tense? I'm like, bro, I'm in the middle of a 3-way trying to do this right now. If any car is coming, hooked. But yeah, that was not one of the brightest things I've ever done. Guys, let's head back to the house here because I've got the light shining in your eyes right now. Let's head back to the house here and finish this out. All right, guys, with everything being said, this is gonna be the end of the video. Thank you very much for tuning in. But before I leave here, 2 things. I did just talk to John Kerr, my tuner. I'm gonna send him some logs here and try to see a couple things why the boost controller isn't working. Once you get past 100 degrees, you can tell it turns off. Like I can literally watch it at 99 degrees, I get right up to 18 PSI. As soon as you get over 100 degrees, you can tell right at 8 PSI, 8.5, where the wastegate spring pressure is actually physically at, you can hear the wastegate just creeping open. As you go more and more, you can hear it just creeping itself open. So yeah, I need to know why it's set like that. He's gonna look into it for me. He said it shouldn't be doing it, so that's a good thing. So he'll let me know. It's gotta be something in the ECU, obviously, because it doesn't just magically at 99 to 100 just decide, no, I'm not gonna work. So it's something in the ECU, obviously. Another thing too, Steve Roethlisberger, he was trying to help me here. We're gonna go over some things also, so I do appreciate it, buddy. With that being said, guys, as usual, if you've stayed to the end of the video, let me know down in the comments. I always like to know the people that stay and come to the very end. Thank you guys very much, and I will talk to you later. Peace!